I told you 2 weeks ago, and I told you again last week, over and over again. In fact, I'm going to try to have the crew find it and play it on the nightly news tonight. Not to say, oh, look, I'm smart. I'm showing you the power you have. That we got to work towards the future together. We've got to work for some type of civilization that isn't run by total criminals. And you've got to do that by fighting the criminals. You've got to do that by saying, and getting past the fear, past the intimidation. You're going to find 9 times out of 10, they're scared to death of you. But you know, I came on air and I said, if we keep pushing this bullet story and the armored vehicle story that they've denied, it's going to blow up in their face and be a congressional investigation, which will be a debate about why are there FEMA camps, which are on record. Doesn't matter if Glenn Beck tells you they don't exist. I'm not attacking Glenn Beck. Okay, he needs to, in fact, I would endorse Glenn Beck if he came out and covered the Model States Health Emergency Powers Act, if he covered the Civilian Inmate Labor Camp Program, if he covered the National Emergency Centers Establishment Act, if he covered the new Army manuals for FEMA camps, the FEMA for re-education camps. It says that, how to process your Social Security numbers, how to lock down the cities, how to take our guns. FEMA has just posted that they're drilling for martial law in America. And I'm so conditioned, knowing this is already true, that I haven't even mentioned that today. Melissa Melton goes, is this important? I think this is important yesterday. FEMA's just put out this new manual on their site that shows photos and videos of them training local police for civil unrest and collapse. And I said, oh, yes, you're right. It's important. That article's up on Infowars.com. FEMA federalizing police for domestic war. In fact, that should be red-linked. Okay, that should be red-linked. 15 members of Congress demand investigation of Obama's ammo hoard. That should be, it's now 15. He had just updated it. That should be red-linked. Gun owners sue New York government to restore Second Amendment. Government cover-up of ammo buy implodes. That should be red-linked. The only red-linked stuff really important, but today, the whole front page should just go red. I mean, you know, that's what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. And see, if you won't recognize bad stuff, it'll get worse. People think, oh, if I just don't recognize it, if I just think it's okay, if I just lie to myself, if I just, you know, whitewash everything, it's going to go away. No, no, no. I'll go back to my coyote analogy. I remember being 5, 6, 7 years old. We did it quite a few times because I'd beg to go hunting. It'd be, you know, out of season where you couldn't shoot deer. But I'd say, okay, well, coyotes have been eating the neighbor's sheep. You know, we can take you out there. And you sit there with varmint tapes playing and the sound of dying rabbits. And then coyotes come out of the woods, you hit them with spotlights and shoot them. But you read about people now, this didn't used to happen. Anybody can type it in, woman eaten by coyotes. And it'll be like at the edge of a city park. And the women are preconditioned to run and then fall down because they saw it in all the TV shows. I mean, people have never run a few feet and fallen down and gone, no, please. You know, you're taught how to act like a rabbit. Humans don't act like that. A possum will viciously attack a coyote. A raccoon will. Humans will. A little monkey. If you got a monkey from South America and put it in a room, you know, with pit bulls, it would jump on top of them and try to bite their eyes out. You know, but we, the super killer machine that fought the cave bears, the saber-toothed tigers, you know, I mean, humans with their bare hands, taking what they wanted, killing giant, you know, prehistoric rhinos, running elephants off cliffs. I mean, we are now sitting there. Now women never acted like this. Women used to be true feminists. Women were tougher than nails. Now women fall down. It's like they taught women if they saw something scary to faint in Victorian England as a mind control. Just all the mind control. And so we've all been taught when we see tyranny to go, or deny it. Hey, that ain't going to get you out of this. In every case now, in Canada and the U.S., it's happening every few months now. You'll read about it. It's always the same story. The woman on her lunch break went to the local park to have a sandwich and make some phone calls. 2 coyotes came out. She cowered crying, calling 911, and the coyotes, by the time they got there, had chewed her throat out. And I'm here saying, don't call 911. You see coyotes coming out of the edge of the woods, get up and go, wow. And they're going to see that predator look that you're just looking at them. And you're not scared. They're going to run. But see, what you've decided to do is the virtue. You think, roll over and cry. Oh, no, oh, help me. Oh, like in all the movies, the guy comes in with a knife, and the man or the woman goes, no, don't kill me. Oh, God, please. And like, somebody comes in with a knife, I'm going to say, blah, and just literally go, I mean, but see, that's because I'm a maniac, ladies and gentlemen. That's because I'm a maniac, a maniac. No, I'm not. I'm red-blooded. I'm red-blooded. I'm ready to light a bunch of torches up and go running through the woods, running after mastodons to run them off a cliff and eat them. So I like big piles of red meat. And that's why I'm free. Ah, light the fires of liberty. Ah, we're coming to the castle. I mean, they have taken your humanity. I mean, these people fall down in front of coyotes and are eaten. Coyotes have never eaten people. Not in recorded history with the Native Americans or the settlers. Coyotes didn't eat people. Only wolves would go after humans. That'd be a human alone if the wolves were starving. In deep winter, if wolves are starving, they will try to eat a man. They know we're tough. They got to be starving to try to go after a man. Starving to death. Now, everywhere you go, I see signs up on the green belt. Where's my dog? Where's my cat? And I'm like, I saw some coyote crap down the thing. It was a dog bones, so it ate your dog. Of course, I won't tell them that. You walk the hike and bike trail, and you can see the coyote crap of people's cats and dogs. I can see cat bones, partially digested cat skulls, everything. And these people have signs up all over going, where's my doggy? Where's my kitten? It's not on the news. They're eating everybody's dogs and cats. I had coyotes coming out by my house trying to eat my French bulldogs. I just went out there one night with a double-aught shotgun, baby, left some meat out there, and they're dead. Tough little buggers. I found someone, one time I shot a coyote in the head. A large goblet, I mean, almost a handful, probably half its brain was blown out on the ground. Shot it in the head with a .243. Came up to the deer camp over by the trash, and there was a rifle. I just got it, 50 yards, boom, in the head, still ran off hundreds of yards, couldn't find it. But anyways, folks, you're a predator. Start acting like one. Stop acting like a jellyfish domesticated idiot. Because the government is the wolves and the coyotes, and man, you're rolled over on your back begging, playing a varmint tape. That's what they're called, varmint tapes. You're playing varmint tapes. By the way, the coyotes don't come anywhere around my house anymore. They don't come anywhere around it. In fact, they don't even come on the neighbor's property because I can see them out there with night vision. They won't get anywhere around my house. And until I finally said, all right, I'll just hunt them. I'm not into shooting stuff, just to shoot them. So I sat up and killed them. And the issue is that they don't come anywhere. I don't even hear them yelling anymore at night, except every once in a while about a mile away on a nearby ranch. They don't come around my house anymore because I shot one. I know I got one and shot at the others as they ran off. And again, stumbling around at night, you use a shotgun with double-aught buck. The point is that this is what's got to be done. Politically, you've got to get up on your hind legs. People say, what's that mean? Well, a bear gets up on its hind legs when it's really going to go crazy. You got to get up on your hind legs and go, hey, I don't know what the outcome of this is. You want to fight? You got one. I'm going to discredit you. I'm going to get in your face. I'm going to call you terrorist because you are. I'm going to go wild. I'm going to call my Congress people. I'm going to go to their, when they have meet and greets, and grab them by the hand and tell them we know what's going on. We're not going to put up with it. You need to call Dianne Feinstein, tell that witch we know what she's doing. You see Michael Moore in public, you tell him quit using murdered kids. We know. You talk about you want to see Harry Reid's grandkids dead. That would help. Look, bud, why don't you come a little bit further and tell us what you really know? Look, I know who you are. I see you, you big fat predator. And you don't scare me one bit. What scares me is rolling over to you. So I'm going to tell you politically, you got to start shooting back, like in the info war, not physically. There's all this talk about how I'll do this physically and you'll do that physically. Hey, come on. Save it, ladies and gentlemen. You don't talk about stuff like that, even if you're intending it. You need to use your mouth. The pen is mightier than the sword, and the mouth is the pen today. Use it, ladies and gentlemen, or lose it. Get aggressive now. Get aggressive now. Get aggressive now. Get aggressive now. They were telling us and selectively not telling others. And then the police, when we challenged them, started writing everyone tickets for being out there handing out literature in downtown Austin on street corners, saying, you've got to get a permit from us to do that. Bull, your thing's unconstitutional. Had to call there. You're like, well, what's that big fight? That's just, folks, if you can't hand stuff out in America, move to North Korea. And it's the same deal. If I would have groveled, they were trying to run the street team we hired off. And then they sent thugs when the cops wouldn't do it anymore. If we would have groveled, there would be no free speech left in Austin. Next, they'd say, okay, give me money, like Mexican cops do. Here, let me have some money now. You see, rolling over. What do sheep get eaten by? Wolves. What do wolves do to men? They run. Sheep get eaten by wolves. Let's say it. Sheep get eaten by wolves. Sheep get eaten by wolves. So that's the old analogy of the sheepdog. You're like, well, I'm not a sheep, and I'm not a wolf. I'm a sheepdog. Fine. You want to be a sheepdog, folks? We're not trying to be sheepdogs because we're trying to be heroes. We're overrun by wolves right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we're in a lot of trouble. And I see effeminate, it's not even fair to men. I see estrogen-programmed men. It's not even fair to women to call them feminine. I see estrogen-programmed, on record, men everywhere who see their weakness as a totem and as a trophy and as a signet of royalty. Like royalty wears big, chains of office around their necks. They own their weakness and their pathetic jellyfish worship. They wear it as if it is a cloak of infallibility. It is a cloak of shame. And that shows style. They can make something stylish, and people will bring their children for human sacrifice and beg their children to be chopped up in every culture if it's stylish. Chinese emperors had their wives' feet bound. They wouldn't even feed themselves. They were total slaves because they were so elitist. They were basket cases that couldn't even wipe their own butts. Same thing with the British royalty. That's style. Oh, you're so stylish, you don't feed yourself. Oh, you're so stylish, you're a jellyfish. The sitcom says the guy gets the girl if he's a jellyfish, but the guys wonder why they're not getting the girl, so they act more jellyfish-like. You've been programmed.
Hi, this is Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, with some news about some new additions to the InfoWars store. You know, good health is freedom. When you're healthy, you're not a slave to the medical system. Everything works well, your brain, your body, even your spirit. You're a healthier person. And to help support that great health, Alex has asked me to source the cleanest, most potent superfoods and other similar products in the world and bring them to the InfoWars store. So we've done that. The brand name is Health Ranger Select, and we're starting out right now with these three products. We've got Himalayan salt from Pakistan, formed hundreds of thousands of years ago in an ancient seabed long before modern pollution destroyed much of the oceans. This is loaded with trace minerals, and it's pristine, true, full-spectrum sea salt. We've also got Natural Attitude Turmeric. It's an extract of turmeric, very potent, tastes great, alcohol-free. This is from organic turmeric out of India. And we've also got Clean Chlorella. Now, we sourced and did research on all the chlorella sources around the world, and we found the two cleanest sources that have the lowest levels of any kind of contaminants. In fact, this one is virtually free of all metals and all contaminants. It's called Clean Chlorella, and it's about 2/3 protein, and it's got chlorophyll and chlorella growth factor in it. Check it out online. It's an amazing superfood that athletes are using and people are using to help support healthy lifestyles. It's fantastic. This is all packaged in our certified organic facility here in Central Texas. There we follow USDA certified standards, and we're audited every year by the USDA certifier to make sure that we comply with all organic standards. That, combined with the fact that we only source super clean superfoods and raw materials from around the world, means that our products represent the cleanest and most potent products that you'll find across the natural products industry. Check all of these out under the Health Ranger Select brand name at the InfoWars store, InfoWarsStore.com. And we'll be bringing you more of these in the near future. Thanks and take care.
Victoria. Gotta love it. We are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. Look at the stories up at InfoWars.com right now. Nanny Bloomberg, drone panopticon inevitable. And, they've already got total surveillance, all your cell phones, everything you're doing. And he says that's great. And he's going to tell you what to eat and what to drink. And he says, I need all that data. He's been bragging lately. He needs all the spy data to tell you how to live your life because he knows best. He actually says that. Yeah. You know best, don't you, Bloomberg, about 9/11, I bet. I bet you care about everybody a lot. You're a real nice man. I'm glad you're there. Like, I'll just stop blocking my doors at night knowing you're there. I know you really want to take care of me and my family. You wolf. Look at this. I see you. You know that, don't you? You do. You don't like it. U.S. plan calls for more scanning of private web traffic email. It's not spying, it's scanning. That's in NBC. Oh, I thought it was a conspiracy theory they're spying on us. It's more illegal spying. And more running al-Qaeda, and more bullet purchases that don't exist. But here's some of the other ones. Rand Paul to filibuster over big cis arms buildup. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He filibustered over drones. Hey, how about the whole enchilada they won't give members of the Senate and the House who want to know about the 2 billion rounds of ammo and who want to know about all the armored vehicles? Hey, Rand, my friend, I ought to try to give him a call. Rand, do the filibuster. I mean, I know you don't do it all the time. You'll get ignored, but so what? I mean, just start doing it all the time because you won't be ignored. Let's have your weekly filibuster. Okay, I remember they said they wouldn't let him see the drone info and they wouldn't let him see all that until he went into the filibuster, and then they gave him the info. And they gave him their answer about killing U.S. citizens. And then said, well, no, we're not going to, but we do have the power to. But, yeah, we are going to. But we didn't say we would. We don't want NDAA, but we wrote it, but then we said we wouldn't sign it, but we did sign it. You know, lawyer stuff. Oh, no, that's not in there unless you look at the subsection, but it's not a big deal. We're not going to use it, but we are if we want to. You know how it is. I mean, subsection doesn't apply in some states. So that's what's going on there with all this fine print. You know, when you're listening to a radio ad, and it's like, drop by and get our cars at 0% interest and absolutely no credit needed. It's an incredible deal. We have everything you need right now on the lot. An incredible selection of over 500 new and used vehicles, and it's absolutely no credit score needed. Credit score. I mean, that's what's going on here. Only for customers. So. You know, it's time to drag all this out in the open. They've been denying all this because they're scared of it. If America gets its instinct going and goes, ooh, the government's been taken over and is arming against you, they're not going to be able to detonate an atomic weapon in Chicago. You know, I just keep saying Chicago. Like I said, they'll blow up the World Trade Center and blame it on bin Laden. 2 months before it happened, I even named the targets. Dallas, Chicago, Cleveland, Denver, places like that. Larry Silverstein, you know, owns the one of the biggest buildings down there, bought it. Was the Sears Tower, it's something else. He's a nice man. He really cares about you. Anyways, getting back to what I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, now they've had nuclear contaminants checking the subways, bombs in Chicago, nukes. North Korea working with right-wingers. Oh, that's the new movie coming out, North Korea working with right-wingers. At least that was in one of the early scripts. They're keeping it close. Is that out yet, that Olympus falling or whatever it is? The point is the narrative in the official West Point documents now, and you see it in the Army War College, is the Tea Party is going to link up with al-Qaeda. Oh, that's going to happen. I mean, the most Islamophobic group on the planet. You show them an image of bin Laden, they're ready to throw their children in, you know, incinerators if the government says it'll keep them safe. I mean, just their whole religion is hating Muslims. And now they're going to work with al-Qaeda, and they've got all these TV shows like Founding Fathers where the patriot leader in the town who sounds like a great guy is really Taliban. When the government is the Taliban and al-Qaeda and publicly created them and runs them, but then those of us exposing it, we're secretly them. You can buy that? Police, do you really believe veterans are going to bomb every U.S. police station with IEDs? They've said veterans will attack. They tell police, you will be attacked for 5 years. You will be attacked by veterans and gun owners. I mean, I'm in total rant mode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm crazed, and I guess I shouldn't be. I should be calm about all this. I should love all this. I should think all of this is great. Rand Paul to filibuster over big sis arms buildup. Big sis continues to stonewall lawmakers on ammo buys. Rand, take the ball. Hut, get it. Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are here live. We've had Larry Elder's schedule. We're trying to connect with him on Skype. We'll see if that happens. Very interesting individual, of course, radio host there in Los Angeles, and his views on Obama and where all this is going. But I'll tell you this, the power structure is pulling out all the stops now to just confuse reality. And our answer is to get real, to get serious, and go all the way. And by going all the way, we've gotten in this position because the establishment says be mealy-mouthed, don't be aggressive, compromise, that's how you're successful. And during the sellout of America, some people could be successful for a time doing that. But now we're getting down to the end game, folks. You've got to realize this is a very bad place we're going to, and you cannot imagine that you're part of the power structure. You cannot imagine that and get out of all this because you're not part of the power structure. I mean, look at this. Citizens tell gun grabbers, you are coloring outside the lines of constitutional parameters. They're suing New York that they can't bar the Second Amendment. So you get back on the offensive. Now 15 members of Congress are saying we want to see why you're buying thousands of armored vehicles and billions of bullets. It's happening. Fast and Furious is getting back out there. And again, we're in deep trouble because both political parties, to a great extent, are bought and paid for by crony capitalist interests that want to use socialism at the grassroots to control us and crony capitalism on the top of the system to absolutely, totally, and completely get everybody domesticated. And I just don't want to live under this. Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.